let's unmute me. And then we'll unmute these guys. Hey, guys. Hi. All right. All right. Well, I'm back. I'm back in action.
Oh, I'm also back.
Daniel.
He's not in at the
I
moment.
don't think Daniel knows that the server went down.
Oh, this. Whoa! So the server
I'll
went
type it.
down.
Yeah, the whole server like completely crashed because I had
Gotcha.
yours at the top, so I know that I'm in there.
You're right. You're right, Capital. There is actually a ghost in the clock tower. It's technically like a chapel,
Really?
but yeah. Princess Ello, a Viking king.
I was saying I was saying.
What? Hold on. Are we all robots? Tasha! Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? You can hear me, Daniel?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's weird because
Mine's disconnecting and reconnecting.
Yeah, Discord's being really funky.
What did I do?
You didn't do
we could
anything.
use voice. But
What? My bad.
is mine doing better now?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
everyone's
sound
is,
better.
like super good right now.
Goodness. Thank you guys. Thanks so much, man.
Oh,
All right.
Thank you guys.
So, what are you guys
This is
thinking
so
so
much
far? I know that this is your first time doing this. What's your experience like so far?
I keep getting distracted and I'm just like watching it happen. Like this is real.
I
Like, oh wait.
love this so much.
I got knocked out of the room somehow.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys.
It's all right. It's all right.
I get nervous when I talk. I don't know why. Like I want to do Mogar so well, and as well as I want to be able to keep you guys in the loop of what I'm thinking and all that cool stuff. But I just get nervous. I don't know.
Well,
It's
everything's
just gonna take time. Like
Yeah.
finding your voice on a new character is just something that is in itself just takes a little bit of time and
Mhm.
effort. And especially when you get more comfortable with the people that you're sort of back and forth with, you get in a better rhythm too. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
100%.
Just do whatever just have fun. Like just focus on just like having fun with your character. There's no messing up really.
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
For sure. For sure.
You know, so yeah, just do you.
And I mean, like, let's be honest here. You're an excellent streamer. People regularly watch you. Like sometimes several hundreds, if not thousands, of people watch you. Nervousness, like, just toss that out the window because here.
Bye-bye.
That's right. Here, you're just talking to your peers, right? You are like allies in arms at this point. So you shouldn't be nervous at all, man, because I think you're impressive.
Man, I just get overhyped, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just get like,
I think everybody's got a really solid character, so like I said, it's just going to be about falling into a rhythm at this point. So, and giving each other space, you know, to allow each other to explore our characters and knowing when and when not to jump in. So, it'll be fun though. I really like everybody's character a lot.
Good.
And,
likewise.
Yeah, and I could tell that you guys have put, like I said in the chat, you guys have put some time into thinking about your characters and what you want to do. You know, so.
Mine's become a little bit more obsessed with food than I thought, but that is also because I'm quite hungry. So I'm like, this is always going to happen. So it is going to be consistent, which is good.
This is great. This is perfect. So we can pick up where we left off, which is with Ello and that Mad Nat 20 coming in hot.
Yes.
So, Ello, you rolled a perception on the body of the late professor. You wanted to determine any additional information that could have been missed by the average person.
I mean, as good as an autopsy as I can give, just looking over the corpse and what I'm doing, you know, pretty much.
Okay, so what you can see, to the untrained eye, they wouldn't immediately notice this, is that the region of Ustalav, particularly in Ravengrow, is mostly mud and some stone, but you start to see mortar under the nails of the late professor. This wasn't simply an act of just a gargoyle happenstance falling on his face. He was at the wall, at a wall at least. So you can see that he wasn't just walking. something had happened, and he was able to scrape the wall with both hands. That being said, there is a very specific taint on his body. You kind of feel this, like, magnanimous aura that it's unsettling. As a druid, you promote growth, and you promote health and safety of the wildlife, but this is an aura, a taint of death. It's a magical aura that still lingers over his person. You can't see it, but it's like the heebie-jeebies for your character. It's very anti-druid.
So am I actually... By the way, if I need to turn myself up, I can. People were saying in the chat.
Yeah, I had to turn you up in Discord as well. But...
Yeah, my mic likes to change its volumes occasionally, so... So this is magical in nature, though, right? It's not an intuition thing. This is absolute, like, I am detecting that this is magic.
To a degree, yeah. This is like it's like a sixth sense kind of thing. It's like, I'm having a gut feeling that this was way more than just circumstance death. It's something more. You're getting that vibe.
Is it familiar to me from the corruption around and outside? Is it sort of like giving me the same tones?
Definitely is.
Okay. All right. As I am looking over the corpse, and I'm starting to notice these things, I'm starting to kind of look around the room and start to kind of really gauge, or at least try to gauge who I'm around. You know, I'm trying to, you know, at first this was sort of a funeral to me and it was going to be here to honor my friend and stuff, but now I see that, you know, things could be a little bit more treacherous than what I originally anticipated. But I want to look over to Mogar, Daniel's character, and I kind of want to wave him over, just like, you know, hey, come over here, check this out.
Mogar walks towards Ellohime's character to Cypress. Mogar sees what do you see?
I sort of start to explain to him a little bit about what I'm kind of looking at, and I also tell him that, and I whisper this to him, sort of as quiet as I can, you know, while still getting as close to his ear as I can, which is quite high up.
Sure.
That I sort of trust him a little bit more than the others, and I wanted to share with him. And I also wanted to know, man, if I could. This is a real teachable moment, man. Like, would you be offended if I showed you something?
Proceed.
And I go on and kind of try to sort of educate him in what I'm looking for and what I found as I'm showing him, you know, the mysteries that I'm solving here, you know? So it's not so much just a, look, this, and this. I'm showing him how I'm doing it. And then I want him to know that that I'm teaching.
This is actually perfect from what me and Bub talked about, because he actually, what this character wants to know is to learn and gain knowledge.
Aww.
So this is...
That's cute.
Oh, great. Then naturally this is perfect. So, yeah. So I explained to him that I think that things are maybe not what they seem, that I'm not jumping to conclusions, but it would be nice if he'd keep an eye and an ear out too. Because while I don't maybe think he's the smartest, I feel like he's got keen senses, and he could probably be really good for a situation like this. So, anywho, that's kind of what I throw to him.
Symarra starts to sidle up towards the casket because she's curious, but also wants to keep her food down.
Is this
shooting over?
Oh, and as she approaches, the last thing I sort of whisper is, you know, keep it to yourself for now. And as she approaches, I just kind of go silent as I see her sort of sneaking up.
Symarra begins to be suspicious. So what are you guys talking about? What are you guys doing?
Kendra seems to mosey up to the casket, peering at each of you, noticing your reactions. You believe
Kendra,
that something more is afoot?
Hmm.
I think so too.
These guys are being a bit shifty. I don't know how you feel about them right now.
Well, if they're a friend of my father's, then they're a friend of mine.
I give her sort of a knowing look, a kind of sad, kind of downtrodden look, like a nod, like, but I also take note to how perceptive she was to everything that also just happened, which is pretty crazy. So, maybe I try to, maybe I use this as an opportunity to sort of question her maybe a little bit about her thoughts on the matter. Kind of hushedly, kind of in a hushed way, but, maybe not so secretive now that she's kind of thrown it out of the bag.
I do find it strange that the professor would be there alone. He did usually have at least one assistant to help him, and it just seems strange that he would have gone to prison without someone to carry his tools, without someone to take notes. Was there a witness with him, Kendra? Was anyone... Who found him?
On that question, I would like to ask a question before anything, Bob.
Okay.
Since I have a skill in knowledge nature, does this contain nature? Since a gargoyle out of nowhere seemingly just fell on him and squished.
Well, this isn't like a gargoyle as in like a creature of nature. This was a decoration, a grotesque decoration that was on a wall.
So I guess like history would work for that, wouldn't it? Or...
Certainly, that might be able to assist you there, but I think what a knowledge nature might offer you is information about perhaps the mortar under his nails. Or if he has anything on his person, like if he were attacked by an animal, if there was something...
How would we see that as well? I'm guessing the perception that Ellohime
A perception would reveal this to you, unless someone told you. On top of that, if you were to notice these things, then you have an opportunity to roll on that. So it's like, oh, I found something under his nails. I wonder what that is. That's when you're like, Bub, can I do a knowledge nature to see what this is or what it might be? And I'm like, yeah, sure, you can try. Okay.
Could I do something like that?
It depends if Ello's character has told you about this material under his nails.
I think he told me something a little bit different.
No. I told him exactly what I found. I'm putting my trust in him. I told him everything exactly as I saw it, and told him how. And not even that, just told him how I found it too.
Sure. You can make a knowledge nature if you'd like to.
Okay.
You can try.
Yes. I don't have much total bonus or anything on it. It's just straight up nature. I just wanted to see if this could help. Maybe.
Can I aid? Can I aid him?
Sure. So I have a mechanic in my games that's a bit... I think the system is a little dated, and I think that it needs some updating, but typically when you say that you aid or you aid another, it's just a standard +2. Well, if you are able to break my DC on your aid, so whatever the subsistent is, like if you want to help him with his acrobatics, perhaps you want to throw him across the room. If you were to, say, break a DC 12 strength check, then I will allow you to offer a +4 as opposed to a +2. However, if you fail, you offer nothing.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I do have a bit of knowledge arcana as well.
Okay, so...
I don't. I have the skill.
So, if you want to assist him, give me... Arcana may not help you here.
It might not, but it is a taint, and he has discussed it, and feels like...
I haven't told you yet that it,
okay,
that it was
well,
magical.
If you ask me, if you bring me in on the knowledge, that'd be cool, but if you don't trust me, I'll just not help you.
So, the way that this is going to work for you, Ello, if you break an intelligence check, DC 10, if you do that and you offer to aid, then you'll assist him, giving him a +4 to his knowledge nature. So you've already declared that you'd like to aid him. So you make the choice. Do you risk it for the biscuit and offer a +4 or a 0 if you fail, or do you just go with the static +2?
I'll just go with the static +2. I'm actually sort of just because I have a pretty good knowledge nature skill as well. So I am just sort of, I can smell the musk on him. I know he's outdoorsy. I'm sort of just seeing what he can do. Like where's he at? What's his level at with this kind of, what's his competency? So sure. I'm sort of helping him. Yes, I'm gauging him. I'm sort of helping him, but I'm also learning about him.
He just taught me a little bit of this and that as I'm trying to learn. Maybe I can apply what I've learned into this.
Yeah, sure. Or what you already know.
Boom.
You know, that I might.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So then, Daniel, with your knowledge nature check, go ahead and roll that, and whatever you have, add an additional 2 to it because he's assisting you. He's kind of like pointing things out. So in the future, I won't even ask like how I'm going to ask. I'm not going to say he does this for you. I'm going to want to know what you actually do to help him, as opposed to declaring, hey, I'm going to aid him. I want to know what that looks like narratively. Does it make sense?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your knowledge nature.
And it's a what? D20?
D20 plus your knowledge nature. Okay, and you have a +2 in the skill, or is that the +2 from him?
Oh, I thought you said +2 for like adding his skill. That was just. I don't have no bonuses.
Oh, so you have no bonuses. Okay, perfect. All right, so I set 15 as the DC, so I'm going to give you an opportunity here. I'm going to roll a D20, and you declare even or odd. It's a 50-50 chance.
Ooh.
You claim even or odd.
Even.
Okay, if I roll even, you're going to know something. Odd, you will not.
Gotcha.
Natural 20. It's even. You do know something about it.
Yes. All right.
So,
all right.
The mortar that they're using to adhese these bricks seems to be made of a certain type of raw material called shale. And this shale is compacted and ground down in a way that it creates a bit of a paste. It's not something that's typically used on a fence. It's used in structures that are at least 2 stories high. Generally, when it comes to fencing, they don't use any adhesion. They just use, or at least in this particular location, they use the structural integrity of the carved stone to balance itself. He was declared to have been found near the fence of Harrowmont. But that's not possible because the fence is only 12 feet high. Shale is found within the mortar around a 2-story building.
So what do you do with this knowledge? Now, if I am aiding him, are we figuring this out together, or is he figuring this out and I'm still sort of just assisting?
So if you're assisting here, you are trusting his intuition, and you think you have an idea, but you're allowing him to come up with it and formulate your ideas to follow.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. So, could you say that one more time if you don't mind, for Mogar, because Mogar doesn't understand and comprehend. So, could you please understand?
For Mogar, they don't use shale on low-tier structures. They only use it on tall buildings. It's not possible for him to have been found or to have been slain by the fence, by this gargoyle, because while the height would have been high enough to kill him, they wouldn't use this type of mortar on a fence. It's a waste, a financial loss even.
Mogar sees something. Wait. Come closer, Druid. Come.
I lean in.
Look. Do you see this? This is... I'm guessing... Is it called shale? Is it called shale?
Yeah, they use shale in it, so yes, you can say that.
This is shale. This is not you. This is used in a fence. Or used in a fence? Is it used in a fence?
It's not used in the fence. It's only used on buildings that are more than 2 stories.
Gotcha. This is used on... This is used in... Mogar cannot speak well because Mogar's dumb. Mogar cannot speak well. No. But listen.
I'm patient, bro. Take your time, man. Like, I'm here all night.
So, what is Mogar's trying to say in Mogar terms? Mr. Professor did not die where we think he died. He did not die. He probably died from this gargoyle, but not at the scene, because the gargoyle is used with a different type of metal, different type of, well, I don't know, material that isn't here. Do you know what I'm saying, Druid? You know this. I'm
sort of eyeing as he's talking and trying to piece together whatever the hell he's trying to get out to me, and I'm starting to see. I heard the word shale, and I'm starting to put the pieces together, and I look at him. I say, excellent observation, my friend. Like, man, it's pretty good, man. Yeah, there is shale there, and that's not typically used on buildings that are like, just fence size, like they told us. Man, this is not adding up. This is very uncomfortable for me.
That's what Mogar said. That's what Mogar said.
Does Mogar's voice carry? Because he's leaning in.
Yeah, no, even when he's whispering, he's like, "Listen, Mogar dumb. Mogar say things. You know. And even if he's whispering, it carries.
And me and Lily hearing like half this conversation.
Oh yeah, like even
it's really getting in my ears.
Even Father, the pastor, even he's like, "What's the point of whispering?"
How do you know this? How do you know what this is, Mogar? Were you there?
No. This is something that I've seen before. And it was very strange. I don't know. But I just pointed, the druid, he just told me. And I was like, and I caught it in my eye. And I was like, wait a minute. And so
you knew.
To make it simple, man, like our minds connected on a plane of existence where only we dwelled, man. And like when we were done, we had a better understanding both of the situation and also of ourselves.
You connected with the good berries.
I didn't eat good berries. That's the problem.
This wasn't an accident then. So Gargoyle didn't just happen to fall on him because of something or other. Just might have struck it.
Correct.
It happened for a reason with intent.
That's exactly what I've been saying, but no one will believe me.
We believe you.
I believe you.
Well, like,
being there alone.
Who is no one, like, ma'am? Like, who?
The people of Ravengrow. They will not believe that he's been slain.
Lies and slander! They know something.
My thoughts exactly. See, they don't say good things about my father. They think he's a necromancer.
Our father was a beautiful human. I am hurt.
Necromancer? I don't think that the professor would have dabbled in that. He may have studied it, as any good professor would, but I've never known him to have tried it himself.
Yeah, no, definitely not a necromancer.
No, he's not a necromancer.
No, definitely not a necromancer.
No, he's... Why are you speaking that way?
Like what?
You know exactly what I'm saying.
Well, do I?
You do?
I'm not with her. I didn't arrive with her. I just want you guys to know that.
You make it sound like I am a bad person. Anyway, moving on. The lies and slander that has been going on about our lovely father. Continue.
It's true what they say. There are many horrible things that have been said about Petrus in town. They believe that he is carrying on with the duties of the Whispering Tyrant. Does anyone here have knowledge history?
No.
Not I.
No.
History.
I don't believe that actually comes from.
Then give me, everyone that's here, give me this is common knowledge about the Whispering Tyrant, but I want to know how much you guys do know. So it's a d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
So plus intelligence modifier.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've done this right.
Mogar's not very intelligent.
I'm not rolling after that 18. I have suspicion. Oh,